Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. If you're new here, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and join the family. Also, my name is Edufia and you're welcome to my channel. If you're not a subscriber and you keep watching me each and every time, I want to really thank you for your constant support on this channel. Now, in today's video, we are going to be talking about visa refusal, specifically Canada visa refusal, or why your visa is likely to get rejected if you don't do the following things. The major reasons why your visa is likely to get rejected. And so I'm hoping that with this point, fall within any of these categories, and if you do, you will take the precautionary measures just so you are not liable to falling into this categories mentioned or the reasons mentioned. So guys, without further ado, let's talk about why your Canadian visa is going to be rejected if you do this. One of the reasons why your visa is likely to be rejected is if you don't provide the maximum information. You have to exhaust the information that is required of you, which is by providing maximum information. Your documents or the information required of you when filling your visa application form or even attaching relevant documents needs to be as detailed as possible. And so you don't want to fill the information or maybe your application halfway, or you do not want to fill your application when you are in a haste, or probably when you are not in the mood, when you are not in the right state of sense when you need or you're required to fill it, because you might end up doing some mistakes. And so also it's relevant that you provide every single detail and you provide all the maximum information needed. Also, it is very important that you attach every relevant or required supporting document. For instance, if you are providing your bank statement, there is the need, or you need to make sure your sponsor attaches a letter of explanation stating that he or she is going to be your sponsor or your sole caretaker when you come to Canada. That way the immigration officers could say, okay, this person knows what he or she is about. You don't need to create any room for extra thought or doubt. Put yourself in the shoes of the immigration officers and try to ask yourself the kind of questions they'll ask. So for instance, if you provide a bank statement and then you don't it's not yours but it's for someone else, and so as an immigration officer you want to know, is this valid, is this true, is the person really sponsoring you, things like that. And so as much as possible to fill in the spaces where there is the likelihood of they asking further questions. Also, one reason why your visa could be denied is the lack of ties to your home country. This is a very challenging reason, because a lot of people get denied because of lack of ties. And so lack of ties could be your family. One of the things which is very common to people is that lack of ties could be your family, or maybe your spouse, or basically your family and then your spouse. And so when people are being rejected on the basis of they not having a family tie, they're like, am I supposed to get married? Am I supposed to I don't have siblings, what do I do? And so when you're attaching your relevant documents to your visa application process, there's a section which says family information. If you have a family information, if you have family members, siblings, and those who are like related to you. If you have them, you would just have to provide those informations. But if you still do that and you are being rejected, and then the reason is because you don't have a home tie, then I spoke to a few people where they said they tried correcting that mistake by providing their letter of employment and also their if you have a land, you could also provide a document of that land. So a letter of your land, your employment history, or your letter of employment from your boss stating that candidate ABC has been employed in my firm and I think that he's fit to be given a visa. And so with this, you're going to attach it at the section which says optional information. And so that's also another way of correcting the issue, which is lack of family ties. Also, if the document you provide is fraudulent, there's a high possibility of you getting rejected. You know, these Canadian immigration officers, they really do their thorough background check. So please make sure, even if you're using an agent, try as much as possible to be involved in every single stage of the process. Because if you have any doubt or uncertain feeling about something, please try as much as possible to ask all the relevant documents so that you get the clarification you need. Because when you arrive at the Canada airport and then you probably meet one-on-one with the immigration officer, which you are likely to or likely not to, they might ask you probably some information that you might not have the answer to. So if you have any sense of uneasiness or uncertainness about something, please make sure that you have the right information and you are clear on things. Also, people can maybe forge their bank statement. It's just very fine if the bank statement you are providing isn't for you. I made a whole video talking about bank statement. I'm going to attach it in the link, or just I'm going to put the link here. I'm going to put it in the description. But it's very fine to use someone else's bank statement, but it is not right to forge a whole bank statement. You could be caught, and then based on that, your visa will be rejected. Once again, you should also remember that whenever you are done with the entire process and you are submitting it, you would be allowed to consent to the fact that all the information you are provided is correct, and if there is any misrepresentation, you're going to be held accountable for that. So please, a fraudulent information or document is likely to cause your visa to be refused or rejected. A lot of times, people are not patient to cross-check their information, so they are not patient to go through their documents or information thoroughly. For instance, when you are filling your visa application form, and for instance, if you are coming on the basis of maybe a study permit or temporary residence, there's a section which says that I'm likely to live in Canada on a temporary basis for less than 6 months. And if you're coming to study or you're applying for temporary residence, then it means you need to choose the less than 6 months option. But if you choose more than 6 months, then it means you're trying to tell them you want to overstay your period in Canada. And so, this very single details could cause your visa to be denied. And so at any point when filling your visa application form, if you do not understand anything, try to seek the clarification that you would need before you continue, because anything would be held, any single information accounted for would be held against you in the end. And so if you put in the wrong stuff, or you don't put in the right information, it's likely to cause your visa to be rejected, and you might not know why. But especially the obvious reasons would be you don't have enough money or you do not have family ties. And so please make sure your details are being logged in correctly. Any form of illness, sickness, or any health condition could cause your visa to be refused or delayed. You know, already Canada is trying to reduce like they're trying to reduce the level of like health issues in their country. And so if you have any disturbing health condition, it's likely to cause your visa to be refused or probably extended for a while. So as I said, try to provide all the enough reasons or try to provide every important document that would clear the immigration officer's doubt about you. People kind of forge their police reports. Some people have criminal records or they've been in jail before or something. But if you are trying to like forge it or things like that, these immigration officers they do their thorough research. So trying to forge any information like that could cause your visa to be rejected. And so try to be honest as much as possible when you are filling your visa application or when you are attaching any relevant document to your visa process. Sometimes they say that the immigration officer, people could be denied on the basis of the fact that the immigration officers say, we are not convinced that you would leave Canada at the end of your stay. I mean, this is a very tricky one because sometimes you can provide all the needed information that they require. Like you can do everything, anything, provide all the additional information, even things that are not required. Sometimes you haven't even been in jail before, so you try to provide a legit statement of purpose. You try to provide a legit police report, you provide a legit bank statement, you even attach a letter of explanation to your bank statement, you know, everything, but still your visa would be denied. I mean, with this case, when they say that they are not convinced that you would come back, I always say that it is very relevant to attach a letter of explanation, which is a statement of purpose to support your visa or your study permit application. This one, it's always good that you attach it to the optional document. So your statement of purpose or letter of explanation would help the immigration officer to have like a good understanding of who you are and why you want to come study in Canada. It also, once again, fills the void or the doubts that they have when, in case like they are not really adding things up in your visa process or the documents that you have attached. I have a whole full video talking about the statement of purpose for a visa, and I also read mine out to you and also taught you how you're supposed to write it, the relevant points and tips that you need to touch on just so your visa doesn't get rejected. And so with this, you need to always try to add like a letter of explanation, telling them why you want to come study in Canada and why it is relevant for you to be given your visa and study permit to come study in Canada. Or basically, these are the things that if you do would cause your visa to be rejected. Also, if you have been given any form of scholarship or sponsorship from the school, please try and attach that to your bank statement when you're submitting your proof of finance, because it also helps them to know that this person has enough funds to help him or her when they arrive in Canada. I hope this video has been very brief and straight to the point. If it did, let me know what you think in the comment section. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and TikTok at edufiaakrong, and shoot me an email if there is a need at edufiaakrong@gmail.com. And once again, I'll be back with interesting and informative videos. I have other relevant educative videos on the channel which will help you with your your visa application process to Canada, and also if you are trying to apply for a school to Canada. It's all on the channel. Please check them out and subscribe. Share this video with anyone that you think would need it. And so then I will be back with more and interesting videos. Peace. Bye.